Welcome back to another video. While I was drawing this, I was actually rewatching a little bit of Hellsing Ultimate because, well, I've loved it since I was much younger, so, man, I haven't seen that in a while, and I love Alucard, so, yeah. Decided I would watch that while I was doing this. Passively kind of watch it. I had to edit out a few pauses where I had to watch the really cool fight scenes. I really love his weird movements. They're so good. So good. Anyway, so I was basically just starting out trying to draw something very simple to figure out what sort of character I was going to draw. So this is just almost a thumbnail, or when you're trying to figure out the colors for something, when you just draw something really scribbly and throw the colors over the top so that you have a reference for later on. That's kind of what that guy on the left is, and this is the guy with, I don't know, I was gonna say more realistic features, but not really. Not really super realistic. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I think that's what I do for the next thing, and then I just go off the rails from there. I don't draw too many things in this, because I'm once again doing them kind of last minute. I was gonna do them yesterday, which would have given me so much more time. But we ended up going and throwing a bunch of stuff away elsewhere, cleaning out some storage, moving a lot of things. I'm very, very dusty. Or was, I guess. Very dusty from that. And yeah, so I pretty much had today. So, yeah. So I went ahead and just started up a video and went with what I could. I did have to get up halfway through the video to go do some more stuff. I had to grab a couple of the storage things for someone else and throw some trash away and try to figure out what is wrong with our old Roomba because she's not dumping dirt very well. I'm sure this is all very exciting. So, yeah, that was pretty much what was stopping me. I didn't say it in the last one, but I had actually kind of wrecked my thumb/arm. So it's kind of dumb. It's really dumb, actually. I was doing the coffee pots. We usually fill the coffee pots with all the stuff at night before we go to bed, so that in the morning, when my dad gets up, he can just click the coffee pots on and it's good to go. Yeah, so I was doing that, and I dropped the coffee container. And I mean, this is sealed really well. The chance of this opening when it fell, it's very low. Didn't matter to me, apparently, or my reflexes. So our pantry is pretty small, and I was only half standing in it. And I tried to catch the coffee container through the wall. Yeah, thumb first. And I slammed it really hard in there. So hard I actually took off some skin. It did bleed a little and got really bruised and hurt all the way up into my shoulder for days. Days and days and days. I wouldn't do any arm stuff while exercising. I was not really drawing very much because it hurt pretty bad. So, yeah, I had to take a little break from everything, which has put me behind on some stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. That's just how this stuff goes, but I am still working on the comic. Nearly finished yet another page. I wish I was going much faster, but again, so many things. A lot of it is watching dogs and helping out with other things, so yeah. All the stuff. This guy was fun to draw. Kind of more of the average, what I usually draw, facial proportions, stuff like that. He's not anything new, but maybe that's why I like drawing him so much. I like drawing the other guy too. I was thinking of someone who's maybe of German descent or something for the dude with the glasses. So, yeah, I had no reference. I was just kind of going off of, I think, pictures that I've kind of looked at or movies I've seen. So, just all memory, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed drawing this guy. I think originally they fight, and he thinks that he's got him down, and no, he's got like this mark, and it means that not necessarily that he's invincible, because who really is, but he's pretty close. When you toss him, he bounces, kind of thing. So then they end up having to work together. Yeah, I drew some of these that I didn't like, because this is when I came back and I was no longer in the same headspace. I just lifted a whole bunch of stuff, so my arm was not as steady anymore. But then I decided, well, I'll just draw something a little bit more pulled back again. So I decided to draw this girl. I wanted to draw someone very cat-like, very thin, very... It's a very specific body type. But that's what I wanted. And I gave her some weapons. I didn't draw her clothes, but just know she is wearing clothes. I wasn't in the mood. I didn't want to draw them. I gave her some cool weapons, and I draw another one of her, and then I believe one more character, and then we call it. So yeah, a little tiny bit short. There's still a couple little pauses in here that I didn't catch. But thankfully they're not too long, but that's just me watching Hellsing Ultimate, so... If you've never watched it, and you're into just overpowered characters, it's pretty good. I love the way that they did the shadows then. It was super nice. Super, super nice. And I was really into the whole vampires and werewolves thing for most of my younger years. Well, honestly, just supernatural stuff in general has always been very cool to me, very inspiring, which is probably why I've got so many supernatural stories. Even if they're only tinged with it, it's still there. I've just always liked it, I guess, so... Trying to fix her arm. I don't know why her little bun thing right there disappears. So weird. I don't know what happens. I actually caught it when I was in the middle of doing that, and then I thought, well, if I put some color on it or some tone on it, maybe it won't disappear. I don't know. Well, ain't that sweet? That's what I'm thinking she's saying. It's like her bang bang, sweetheart kind of thing. Okay, and this is the last guy I'm pretty sure that I draw. So I really like knockout characters. So anything that's gonna make you go night night sleepy time real quick, just a neutralizing character. I love that stuff. I love that stuff in stories and everything. You've got these crazy, overpowered psycho characters going at it, and just one person goes in and just Sandmans them. I love that. So this is that guy. No one really knows if he's good or bad. I think characters like that are always some of my favorites. You're never sure if they're on your side, but they have helped you a time or two, so, you know, you can't completely disregard them. I love that kind of power, I guess, in a story. Usually those types of characters I like that you can make them really crazy, and occasionally they will say something very profound. And I think that's fun. I have a few characters like that just because I like it. I like the trope so much. It's fun. But yeah, I wanted to add in some like moons and stars and stuff just to play off that whole neutralizer kind of character, and kind of like the Sandman idea. Not necessarily Sandman himself, but he's got some stuff going. I find that if I make people in pairs and things like that, it kind of helps me when I'm thinking of stories and everything, and makes me draw more. Pretty close to the end here. I think I'm just kind of noodling, trying to make some stuff pop out a bit more. So yeah, that is the finished picture. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. Have a good day or night, and bye.